Howard Shore once said, "I want to write and feel the drama." Music is essentially an emotional language, so you want to feel something from the relationships and build music based on those feelings. If done well, music can leave a lasting impression with you. I'm thinking of a favorite film of mine right now growing up, and I especially have one in mind for an anime. If I were to play this piece for you, you'd probably get this image in your head. If not, well, what are you waiting for? There's also music that makes you believe in the story. That's exactly what a silent voice, or a shape of voice, Koe no Katachi has done. A silent voice revolves around Nishimiya Shoko, a grade school student who has impaired hearing. She transfers into a new school where she was bullied by her classmates, especially Ishida Shuya. It gets to a point where she transfers to another school, and as a result, Shuya is ostracized and bullied himself. Years later, he sets out on a path to right his wrongs. The film has a lot to talk about, ranging from the use of mimicking camera lenses, expressive body animation, and symbolic thematic elements, all of which I owe to a brilliance director Naoko Yamada has put into adapting Yoshitoki Oima's manga volumes. Coming off of A Silent Voice, it was music composed by Kensuke Ushio that has left an impression on me. Upon listening to the soundtrack, you can tell there were risky ideas, abstract ideas. The film itself has themes of disability and bullying in Japan, so it's important for us to understand every character's ever-growing perspective. This project is a perfect fit for Naoko Yamada, as she is the master of visual relationships. Pair this up with Ushio's execution of the music's abstract idea, and you have no better combination to understand characters in A Silent Voice. Music is used in two abstract ways. I call it visual sound and conceptual growth. There was this beautiful union, how the storyboards and music production bounced off of each other. Kensuke Ushio came early into the production of the film. A lot of discussion was about how to make the sound feel visual. In an interview with Manga.Tokyo, Ushio shared that the conversation and inspiration for the music came from paintings and photographs. More specifically, works from Giorgio Morandi and Wilhelm Hammershøi. Ushio converted the behavior of light based off of Morandi and Hammershøi's still life into sounds such as the way shadows come off objects and the way lens could capture an image. These artists depict life as you see it, with all the details in the mundane. Morandi himself said that what interests me most is expressing what's in nature, in the visible world that is. To convert this visual into music would mean it needed to be minimalistic and melancholic at the same time. It needed to be real and express Shoko Nishimiya and Shoya Ishida's world as they see it. You can find an example of this in the film's first scenes. Each piano note is given to Shuya, then quickly to Nishimiya, and then one for the class's reaction to also match the editing. Another note here to indicate is Shuya's attention shift. These next few notes here are emotional buildups to match the cut. One for unlocking the bag, another to open the bag, and one more as she pulls out the notebook. These next few are emotional cues. An introduction to a key character, another to clue us into a running character theme. Indication to an obstacle, and another to match her movement. And finally, a reveal. Drawing another comparison, if you look at Hammershøi's paintings, they're rather uneventful. But what you see isn't important as how the paintings make you feel. The paintings are melancholic with the use of light and color. Ushio's music at certain scenes comes to juxtapose itself against what is actually happening in the scene. What you feel beyond what you see is the message. There's joy when characters question their place. Melodically beautiful when they're angry. and serenity when all the characters clash amidst a horrible situation. Part of the visual aspect to the music here corresponds to how Nishimiya perceives sound. How much noise can she pick up with her hearing, and what makes it meaningful? Therefore, the use of the upright piano was employed to somewhat mimic the hearing aid, and by placing the microphone inside, sounds such as nails clicking on keys, a hammer clunking by pressing on the keys, a soft pedal pressed up and down, and a soundboard creaking made every aspect to listening to music meaningful by including non-musical noises. The soundtrack has an ambient feel to it. It blends, bends, flutters, lingers, and shifts like light. Ushio has also brought up the cosine fourth law, also known as vignette, as an effect for music. Vignette is when you have shadows around the frame caused by light fall off from the lenses. Visually, the film starts and ends with a pinhole effect. In some of the soundtracks, there is a layer of distortion that rounds out the piano, almost dreamlike, and avoids giving you a direct melody. Thematically, this effect works to emulate character viewpoints, a tunnel vision viewpoint, until the light and the music expand. Light plays a huge role in music, and it should come as no surprise, seeing as how the soundtrack is titled A Shape of Light. A Silent Voice is a coming-of-age story. It's about characters that are trapped in their given situations, and it isn't until where they grow out of it and the music finally swirls in melodic emotions and gravitas. To show this growth, Ushio included Invention No. 1 in C major by Johann Sebastian Bach, a German composer of the Baroque period. The piece is a sort of window into those pivotal scenes. The sound of white noise, hammer on strings, and creaking adds an intimate feeling. It's like we're in a room of a student practicing this piece. In the interview with Ushio, he said that the first part of the music piece, you can hear a tone row seen in between measure 1 and 6. The second part only contains the tone row from measure 7 to 14. He added that invention can be finally identified in the climax scene.
Ohayo! Iko ka?
Shoya at this point begins to look beyond how he perceives people. He finally gets it. This is how invention is placed throughout the film and how Shoya's development occurs. When you look at the parts as a whole, you can see how invention is layered out on the 3-act structure. All along the obstacles, midpoints, and climaxes, invention details your character growth. Music in a silent voice provides an enriching experience. I encourage any of you to listen to the soundtrack. The abstract ideas of visual sound are telling of how you are supposed to feel beyond what you simply see. Ushio's music asks you to question your own viewpoint and to look deeper. You can be more, and you are more. If there was anything I could take away from A Silent Voice, it's this. We grow, we change, we evaluate. We're malleable like light. Yes, music can make you believe in character emotions and growth, but it can also shed light into a brand new perspective.